It's week 9 of the NFL. Coming up, we'll see Sam Howell. Can't ask for much more than his last game, a 5-touchdown effort. It's the Commanders and the Titans, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
We are in a sweet spot as far as football weather is concerned today in Nashville. Just enough chill in the air for a sweatshirt, light breeze, fall in full swing at Nissan Stadium. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Washington Commanders and the Tennessee Titans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we take a look at this Titan Ball Club entering play. Now, they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
But meanwhile, for the visiting Commanders, they're halfway home, looking good, and a perfect 8-0.
And not much to complain about so far, is there? I'd have to say they're the best team in the NFL through the first half of the year.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? Fielded right around the 8. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. So here are the Commanders making their way out. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
You know what I did in pregame? I made sure I touched him as he went by. I want a little bit of what he's got.
The golden arm from last week.
Oh, how much fun was that to watch that game tape, all right? The number of touchdowns, what was that, 5 last week?
Yeah.
But 0 interceptions. So you think he's due to throw a pick? But I'm betting that he continues the streak in this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a first carry here for Robinson. They'll take that 14 yards on play number 1. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
First down, Howell. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Here's Howell to throw on 2nd down. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 31-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense, and now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it to kind of show it and go to something else and create another big play?
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And room there to work it inside the 25. A check-in on the numbers last week for Robinson.
11 carries, 76 yards. When a winning streak stretches this far, you start to wonder if a team is truly unstoppable. And here's a guy who's been very much the legs that have helped drive this team to wins week after week. And even when teams have keyed on him and tried to slow him down, he's still gotten the job done enough to avoid a loss. Talking with him in pregame, though, he thinks that this week could be his biggest week yet.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talked about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
Out of the gun, it's Howell. This is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson, his 11th touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are on the board first here this afternoon. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
The extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans set to take over behind their quarterback, Ryan Tannehill.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Again, it's Henry.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 19 carries, 78 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's hoping to have the same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league, and they're very good at fitting the run. So now you've got to think offensive strategy, maybe a little more play action, and try and find some people open downfield.
On 2nd and 9, Tannehill. This will go to Henry out wide. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Well, this defense for the Commanders, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
Yeah, we're definitely in top form, and there's a shutout, as a matter of fact. That's the cherry on top of a great week of preparation. And you know what? These guys are eager to keep it going. So motivation this week, not an issue.
Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Jonathan Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Powell to the air on 1st and 10. That one is slant to McLaurin.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The play fake, and now here's how to throw it. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
10 yards there, good for a Washington 1st down. Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Off play action. It's Howell. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Robinson is in. Touchdown, Washington. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Slide for the PAT.
And it's good to make it 14-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Tannehill.
Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead.
Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. To the air again, Tannehill. He finds his man, complete. It's Bryant.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
On second down, here's Henry.
And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
3rd and 2, Tannehill. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They'll run. It's Henry. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. Derrick Henry denied here on 4th down.
And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs.
They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. Coming across the field, he finds Dotson. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Howell throwing on first down here. Going right back to Dotson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Sensational he was last week, over 200 yards. And the simple quote that we saw this week was, keep him in front of us. They're going to have to do that.
And when they say that, it means tackling him after the catch. Because once he makes the catch, you may catch it in front. But if you don't tackle him, he's behind you at that point, and that's how he racks up the big yardage.
First down, Howell to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Another throw for Howell. Quick slant, Dotson. And he... inside the 30. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Howell out of the shotgun. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. It's Howell with another throw. He's got it. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. 2nd down, Howell now. Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Commanders will extend their lead here just before halftime. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
The extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes the score 21-0. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was Jahan Dotson with a touchdown catch to finish things off. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon. Thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where you see the final score there. Sam Darnold, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, we head up to Foxborough to check on the Patriots at home at Gillette Stadium. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. 3 touchdown passes in that one for Justin Herbert. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Buffalo Bills. Tua Tagovailoa with a touchdown throw. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And they've definitely been able to exploit some holes in that opposing secondary, as they threw for close to 200 yards in those first 2 quarters. And meanwhile, for the Titans, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit. Final adjustments being made in both locker rooms. We're just about ready for the second half. And for the call, let's get you back up to Nashville, Music City, and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Titans getting set to go here to begin the third quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. Got to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And he's got some space here. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays. The yardage numbers for him just keep piling up for his career. He's now toppled, Charles, the 11,000-yard mark.
And just think about that. For most NFL running backs in their career, it feels like if they get to 1,000 yards, they've had a nice little run. He's over 11,000 yards, probably beyond his wildest dreams.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Tannehill. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And they decided to go with the safety blitz there. And look, if that gets picked up, quarterback really has the advantage then because he'll have more time to throw the football and some wide open space. But when it doesn't, that's a guy who gets a free run into the backfield, and oftentimes the QB ends up on his backside.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Benjamin St. Just, and the Commanders are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
Jahan Dotson and the Commanders set to take over.
He's having a day here in quarter number 3. Over 100 yards, couple touchdowns. Every receiver's hope for when they head into that game in the National Football League.
And his team is loving what he's giving them. Of course, the yardage is terrific, but I think it's what you mentioned, the 2 touchdowns. That's the big one because he's paying off his results downfield.
Yeah, and still more time here. Third quarter, we'll see what else he has in store for us.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Powell. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Powell throwing on 3rd down here. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And they will take over at the 26-yard line. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Jamin Davis there to bring him down.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Tannehill now to throw. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Benjamin St. Just. And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Over the middle, caught by London.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
8 yards.
And they go play action with Howell. This pass complete to McLaurin going across the middle.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Nashville. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
They'll go play action. Howell.
He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And this is taken in at the 5.
And he will step out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line.
A huge play there for Washington. 51 yards.
And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your...
Now Mike Vrabel unsure of that last call. He's going to throw out the red flag.
The previous play is under review.
did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So a good decision there by Mike Vrabel. They correctly contest that call. Faking the handoff. Howell. That one is slant to McLaurin. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 83 yards receiving now for him on the afternoon as he's got a first down here. But normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Little bootleg here. Howell. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 19 yards there on the catch and run. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
And once more, Howell back to the air. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Brought down at the 18-yard line. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
3 yards remain for second down. Second down, Howell back to pass. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Off play action. It's Howell. Touchdown! Jahan Dotson with his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year. And the Commanders add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes the score 28-0. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's complete to Treylon Burks. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Good yardage after the catch as that played good for 30 and a first. That last pass might be one he remembers, Charles. He's now over 40,000 career passing yards.
And just think of the evolution of the passing game in the NFL. 40,000 at one time, was unthinkable. No one thought anyone would ever get there. Now, how many guys have done it in the NFL?
Yeah, right around 20.
So we're talking a good number that have gotten that done, throwing the ball downfield. He's got a lot to be proud of and a lot more left to accomplish.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the 39, Tannehill. Zach Ertz has it complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 22-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 16 yards, a first down. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Throwing again on 2nd down. Tannehill toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Throwing again is Tannehill. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. To throw again on 2nd down. Tannehill over the middle. It's complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. To throw is Tannehill. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by Washington. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 44 yards. And the Commanders are on their way to a 9-0 start as they build on to their lead. Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Now Joey Sly for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. That's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Tannehill. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Desperation time for Tannehill on fourth down. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
It's in the fourth quarter down in Miami. And it's the Dolphins that wound up winning that one.
So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the officials saw, as this play will stand as is.
And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them. That one looks like he'll throw here.
Throw right side complete to Dotson. Down inside the 10.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal.
They'll run with Robinson.
And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, second and goal.
Again, it'll be Robinson.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
Sly on for the extra point.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
On first down, it's Tannehill. He dumps it off for Henry. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. One last throw here for Tannehill. Ertz has it left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
So it's Washington getting the victory here.
And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for the Commanders,
the train just keeps rolling. 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville.
It's Madden NFL.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. Left side, he's got Robinson. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag, he's asking for trouble.
On first down, it's Darnold. Pass incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Darnold. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And he'll be taken down, although there is a flag down. Will this stand? So holding on the offense, they go ahead and decline the penalty, and the ball will change hands on the fumble recovery. They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Howell down to throw it. And yet again, it's McLaurin. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a second consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion.
First down, Howell to throw.
And he slides and covers up at the pick up decent yardage. Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Howell.
And he rifles one incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Howell tried to pick it up on 3rd. Able to connect with Dotson.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want it to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Robinson is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Joey Sly on for the extra point.
He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. That time a 6-play drive.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive.
4-4, their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
The numbers there for Howard a week ago. 6 catches, 60 yards. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Powell to the air on 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. Throwing again on 2nd down. Powell. That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there. Slide for the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. From the 6. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now out come the Giants. And they came into play here off 2 straight victories. They're back to 500 on the year. But, Charles, is this little mini run coming too late to salvage their season?
Well, they definitely dug themselves a hole that leaves them needing to play almost perfect football from here on out. But I do believe they think that they've got this thing turned around, and they are capable of doing exactly that.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 2nd down, here's Barkley again. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Darnold from the gun. That's caught by Howard. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And this will be a Giants 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Now it's Darnold. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. but no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
To throw again on second down. Darnold. It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 31-yard line. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. A first down throw, Darnold. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
So here is Washington now to take over. They are working on that very impressive 9-game win streak, looking to get it to 10 as they've got the lead here, 1st and 10. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
All right, Charles, we've spoken about this offense plenty, how great they've been all year. 9-0 now, into the back half of the season. Super Bowl favorites, without a doubt. I think everyone agrees on that. What do you think is the thing that most stands between them and a perfect season?
I think it's themselves. I think it's their team, how they approach things, how they conduct themselves during the week, practicing, getting ready, and then going out and playing. Can't take your foot off the gas pedal at this stage. Doesn't matter if it's a weak team you're playing or not. Look, when I talk with one of the best golfers of all time, he told me he never played against the field. He just played against himself and his own standard.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this off. Oh, Darnold loses it, and it's Washington that scoops it up, and he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
Now Joey Sly for the point after.
And it is now 21-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
New York's offense back out there and set to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Back to throw, Darnold. That's caught by Galladay. It's a big-time play there for the G-Men. 64 yards.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, out of my way, and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Second down and goal. Darnold. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Darnold to throw again. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. The kick by Lutz is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing at the break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Washington going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Now throwing on 1st down here.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
On 1st down, Howell. And complete to Drake London.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Second down, Howell now.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted.
And the Giants are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. After the interception, here's Darnold. And he finds Howard complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on halftime over. No problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
And the half will begin with a touchback. A 1st and 10 here for Howell and the Commanders.
At their 25-yard line.
Throwing here, Howell. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
2nd down and a run by Robinson.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Back to Robinson now on 1st down.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Robinson with another carry. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47. 3rd and 2. Here's Howell. And he finds McLaurin. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 41.
Robinson, he'll try the left side.
Room here to run. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first.
Great ones always think to themselves.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Jahan Dotson.
A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Sly on for the extra point.
And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays.
And it was Jahan Dotson with a touchdown catch to finish things off.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Darnold now to throw.
Right back to Davis. It's complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Darnold.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 32-yard line.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Darnold. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Jalen Smith, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
There's a reason inside linebackers are often captains of a defense. They call the signals. They have the opportunity to affect the game in coverage, against the run, and, of course, on blitzes. Living in the best of both worlds here. Already has an interception. Now he gets to record a sack, too.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Darnold. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Jonathan Allen in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Here's Darnold.
And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance. It'll lead to a 4th down.
Fourth down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead. It's crazy because they're telling them plays.
Slide for the PAT.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And New York set to take the field.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Fresh off the pick 6, it's Darnold. And that is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Darnold. Dancing to his left. Looking left sideline, incomplete. This offense so far on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headset snap. The offensive coordinator. Now
on the counter, this is Robinson.
He'll get it to the 23-yard line. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a
They'll
yard.
run again here with Robinson. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
57 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, I've been thinking about it.
And D-line.
They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell.
This is caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Now Joey Sly for the point after.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. New York ready to go again offensively. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
Yep.
And Darnold, he lost the football. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within the shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Now 3rd down and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or 2. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line.
Robinson up the middle.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9. At the Giants.
Again, it's Robinson. 2 runs in a row. Joe for it.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Washington,
they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans.